Great take! Now, bring forth the bananas!
To Qyjari's Curious Crafts and D&D with the Banana Brothers. I hope you can hear everybody just fine. We actually had to get them to stop rolling dice on TV trays earlier, but I think we're all good, so everyone say hello.
Hello!
Hello, everyone!
Hello!
Hello!
We're supposed to say hello, everyone!
Hello, everyone!
I feel like Professor Putricide.
There you go. That's
Good
right.
evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone.
Oh, sorry. Good news, everyone.
That's right. That's
I
what
fixed the pipes,
Fix
or
the
whatever
pipes.
it says.
Yeah. Hey, I just finished running tonight's campaign. Isn't that fun?
Always.
Always.
That's about time.
Thought I had like a week and a half to do it, and that didn't happen. So I was. You know what though? Once it started, I went with the notes that Rylan took, and it just. It was wonderful. It opened right up. So if you're just joining us for the first time, thank you so much for being a subscriber to Qyjari's Curious Crafts. You get access to shows like this one. Well, this is the pre-campaign stream. Once the campaign goes live for our premiere next Tuesday, it'll be for everybody. But you, as a subscriber or as a Patreon VIP, you get this early access to some of the fun little shenanigans that goes on. Okay, I'm going to introduce the players real quick. We got in the top, on your top left corner of the players section, we've got Jamie, who's the real Tranquil. And
that's my real name.
He plays Beaufort. Yeah, but everyone knows you like that on Twitter. I won't use everybody's real name, I promise, Anchoku. And then we've got Drake, who is plays Uragim. He's our Goblin Ranger. Arlindor, who plays Daros, our Furbolg Druid, and Anchoku, of course, playing our Tiefling Warlock Ukokna. If you haven't guessed by now, Ukokna is Anchoku spelled backward. But it has an apostrophe in it, which is very important to Ukokna. So we have been playing sort of pre-campaign stuff. We had a couple of episodes where we've just set up. We spent like an hour or 2 hours setting up, but three of my players are longtime players and DMs, so they've got that down. But they didn't have the streaming part down, so they had to learn how to adjust cameras. Well, yeah, Drake, you all know Drake. But Tranquil and Arlindor had to learn how to use the camera, how not to shake, where to sit. It was just a fun little learning experience. If you want to see those, you can go to YouTube and watch those. And Anchoku has never played Dungeons & Dragons before this stream, so we are lucky to have him as our fourth banana brother. They are all related to me, and we're each other. And we decided to play this game with a little twist, in that none of the characters, as you can see by the D&D Beyond overlay, have an intellect higher than 6. So that's why it's called D&D with the Banana Brothers. So this will be a lot of fun.
It's because you, in real life, don't think we are intelligent at all.
I think that you all are very intelligent. I know one of you is particularly intelligent. You guys can argue about who that is.
Oh, I'm sure it's me.
I'm sure it is.
It's Mimsy.
There you go. Some play with an accent. I'll give kudos out there to Drake and Arlinder, who play with an accent, and have a ball doing it. Cracks us up. But we have some great role players in Anchoku and Tranquil. Tranquil is playing a bard, and he's actually playing some instruments because he is a musician. So
I come with an accent, and Choku comes with a backstory prepared.
yeah, that's true. You did wing it a lot 2
So-
weeks ago when last we met. Okay, so I've got everything ready. There's going to be, what we're going to do tonight is we're trying to get the banana, but you know what I should do? I should pull the map up. Let's do
The map.
that.
Get the map
the
out.
map.
We have a map?
There's the
I'm
map.
the map. I'm the
Oh,
yeah. We
singing
have a map.
the map
I'm the
song.
map. I'm the map.
No singing the map song. Okay,
Alright.
so as you can see, this is the trail that each of the Banana Brothers, that shows where they're from, and it shows their sort of their traveling path. So right now they're still all in their hometowns. As you can see on the map, Daros is from where the Moganja trees grow, because apparently furbolgs don't name things. Beaufort is from Granland, which is one of the major cities in the world of Amynrath, my world. It's a homebrew world. And that's the city of halflings and gnomes. And then you can see on the bottom left of your map, Uragim, he is from Moldy Nut, and he is a goblin, so that's a small tropical goblin kind of swampy area down there. And Ukokna, being a tiefling warlock, is from sort of the volcanic region of the map over there to the east. He is from Mixedbury. Hello, Autumn! Glad you could join us tonight. Thank you so much for being a sub. Okay. Oh, hey, Grimoire! Yay! Thank you for the lurk.
It's Nico.
And so you still
Yay!
haven't figured out how to ping the map?
I know.
This isn't WoW.
It's okay. That's all right. So I covered all their faces. So I'll move the map. But that's basically what's happening in this first part here. Okay. So let us begin our story. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to go from 1 to 4, which starts at the top left, Tranquil, and then Drake and Arlindor and Anchoku, in a row, sort of in segments. So it's not going to be half an hour of each one. It'll be in little bits and pieces as they're traveling out of their hometowns toward Ravenscroft. But first, some of them have yet to even leave. They're just getting their summons from their father. They all have the same father but different mothers. That's why they're all different races. 80% of their heritage comes from their mother, which is why there's specific classes in D&D Beyond. But anyway, let's get started. This first part involves Beaufort. Ready, Beaufort?
I'm ready.
Okay, so I'll do a little bit of reading, but we'll definitely do some role play as well. The summons from your father came in the middle of the night. Tig Bastion, the owner of Bastion's Bakery, knocked gently on the door of the barn where you found shelter for the night. Beau, she whispered loudly, I have an urgent message for you.
What?
You're just waking up, so your eyes are a little blurry.
What is it?
She hands the parchment to you, but you blink, and you kind of recognize the B in your name, but you really can't read very well. And she
It's
knows
dark in here.
It's dark.
Get a light.
Yeah, she has a lantern with her, so she turns it up a little bit, but she knows you can't read, so she gently takes it from you, and she reads it to you. Beaufort. Oh, before I read the letters, quick OCC. Everyone knows that they're going to be paying attention to everyone else's backstory, because there are some Easter egg spoiler alerts within everyone's sort of the beginnings. So everyone keep an eye out, keep an ear out for some spoilers. She reads, Beaufort, my favored son. It is time for us to meet. You must travel to Ravenscroft in Covent to the Green Goblin Inn. When you arrive, speak to Luli. She will instruct you further. You will be joined at the inn by 3 more of my children, your brothers. Take this letter with you and use it during your travels when you feel lost, alone, or frightened. My seal. Are you done shifting things around there?
I'm just now taking notes. Sorry.
It's a very loud.
Very loud pen.
Take this letter with you and use it during your travels when you feel lost, alone, or frightened. My seal will aid you throughout your journey. Make haste, my son. I look forward to our meeting. Warm regards, Earl Diagasso.
You've subscribed.
Thank you so much for the
Welcome to
subscription.
Dragonkin family.
Why did this letter come to you,
It-
Tig?
It came to you, but I figured you have a hard time reading it in this dim light, so I read it for you.
Was it brought by a
Well,
pigeon
well,
or something?
Look what the cat dragged.
It just appeared with your
Like
name on it
magic?
in my baby.
Maybe it was delivered by the pet seal.
She hands the note back to you and silently points to a wax seal at the bottom. It's an impression of a flame pushed into burnt orange wax. Below the seal are more words, but she says, I don't know these words. They're in a language she does not understand.
I'm gonna look at it. Do I recognize it?
What languages do you speak?
Just common.
Okay. No, you don't recognize the letters or anything. They're actually runed looking.
Okay.
So, now you've been summoned to Ravenscroft, and you start packing all your gear, like you talked about, and you pack everything. You don't want to leave anything behind. You've talked to your friends Kembo, and you've talked to your ranger friend Dials. We did this 2 weeks ago with all the roleplay. Thank you for those names. And they've created a map for you to help you get from Grandland to Ravenscroft. And you packed all your musical instruments. You packed all your weapons. You packed extra socks. You packed extra
Lots of food.
rations. Yeah, lots and lots of food.
Lots of pastries.
Lots of pastries. Tig has given you plenty of pastries. In fact, she's given you, one of your favorites, the Grandland ganache. You love those. They're like a chocolate-filled pastry that is her speciality.
Ooh, yeah.
And you know they cost 5 copper, so that was very generous of her to give that to you. So you have a few of those, maybe 3 of them in your.
And I know food is the best way to make friends on my journey.
That's true. That's very true. That's another thing that your friends.
Especially good
told
baked
you.
food.
Yeah. So just as you are about to embark on your journey out of town, a sharp gust of wind snatches the carefully constructed map created by your friends Kebmo and Dials, and sweeps it through the streets of Grandland. What do you do?
I'm gonna try to grab it.
Okay, well, roll a dex check.
$15.
You almost had a good grip on it, but the wind is very gusty and it snatched it from your hands once again. Now you are currently carrying every single thing that you own. And to give chase, you might have to leave some stuff or most stuff behind. There's a nearby alley that looks like it might be a decent place to tuck some things away if you'd like.
Yes, I will just tuck some things down and give it a better chase.
Okay. So you run through where you saw it disappear because it took you a little bit of time to set all the things down and kind of camouflage it as best you can so that no other urchins come around and take your stuff. This is everything you own. So roll an investigation check.
12.
Okay. You catch a glimpse of it. You kind of saw where it might have turned a corner. So you go there, and as you turn that corner, you see it on the ground in a mud puddle underneath the paw of Rufus, Tig's giant mastiff. He was bounding toward you. He saw you. He was bounding toward you and landed right on the map in the mud puddle.
Good boy. Good boy, stay. Good boy, stay.
He's not moving.
Just stay put. I got a treat for you. If you stay put, I'm going to go walk gently towards him.
Okay.
And put my hand under his nose and then reach down and just hold the map and say, and then with my other hand is move his paw.
Okay. Roll a strength check.
Come on.
I gotta get my dice. I didn't have my dice ready.
14.
Hold on, he's got a strength too. He doesn't want to budge.
But I'm going to say good boy. Yeah, I'm trying to coax him into moving too.
Yep.
That's a lot of dice.
I just dumped them all out on my tray.
He's got a massive strength.
Okay, no, he actually
I rolled 148.
Yeah. He rolled a 21. He's not budging.
I'm gonna offer him one of my. Do I know if he likes treats, like the ganache?
Yes, you know, because he is Tig's dog, that he
Yeah.
enjoys a good pastry.
I'm gonna take one out and let him sniff it, and then just kind of toss it about feet ahead of me.
He bounds after it and takes his foot off the map.
And I wipe the map off on my dirty pants.
Okay, roll a roll percentile dice for me, please.
92.
Okay, you recover only the bottom half of the map. When he was on, his paw was on it, he must have ripped it in half, and you don't see the other half. It's just the
Okay.
bottom half, and it is smeared with several mud streaks.
Okay.
But you have your you have your letter from your summons from your father still on you, and you have half the map, and you go back and you look and you find all of your possessions still where you left them. Seems like there's been a little luck for you there.
Well, I do have luck occasionally.
Sometimes. Okay, so finally leaving the city of Granlin. Did you say goodbye to anybody?
Well, I was just thinking if I should go back to Kevmo and Dials and see if they could maybe if they had notes on the map.
Okay.
Maybe I could get another map quickly sketched out.
Okay, so you go and visit them. And which one is the one who actually drew the map?
Dials. Well, Dials was the gnome wizard. He knew more.
Okay. So, yeah, because the ranger mostly taught you a few
Survival
survival things, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So the wizard, he looked a little disappointed that his beautifully crafted map was kind of ruined by this mud puddle, but he hastily scrawled out, and he pointed out on his map where to find that homestead that he was telling you about, that farm land that he was telling you about, that they might be of benefit to you.
Okay.
Right along the Grand Mora Delta Lake thing.
Right. Okay. Great. Thank you so much, Dials, and I'll see you on my return,
And
if I return.
and he just nods his head. You know, he hired you once to play for his kid's birthday party, so he seemed a little put out that you bugged him again about this map, but he seemed like a little off put by it, but he was fine.
Okay.
You didn't
Well,
you didn't really notice because you got your map.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so now you're carrying every single thing that you own on your back in backpacks and satchels and bags, and on your belt
pack.
you've got your instruments, like your guitar is slung over your back, and you're even trying to balance some things on your head, and you are moving very slowly. It comes to the point where you realize that you have to leave something behind. And now you're about a mile away. So you're still close to Granlin, but you're a mile away. It would be really inconvenient to go back. And you realize after looking at all your gear that you must leave behind either your guitar, a satchel of extra rations, or a bag of miscellaneous adventuring equipment such as rope, pickaxes, tools, your bedroll, your tent, that kind of thing.
Can I choose the drum instead of the guitar?
No, the drum kind of fits cozily. It's just like a bongo drum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's either the guitar, a satchel of extra rations, or a bag of miscellaneous adventuring equipment.
I'm gonna get rid of the rations.
Okay. All right. So, as a halfling, that was the hard decision for you.
It was so hard, but I can't leave my guitar.
That's right.
My source of energy.
That's right. But your tummy is already rumbling, thinking about all the 11Zs you're going to miss out on.
You've subscribed.
Thank you for the
Welcome
subscription.
to the Dragonkin.
Welcome.
Hearty welcome.
Hey, Rylan.
Rylan.
Hey, what's up, Ron?
Monster of dead topics.
The necromancer of dead topics.
Oh, that's right. We can't hear Memsy. I was like, why are you being so quiet?
Yeah,
Oh,
it cuts
you can't
out.
hear-
It cuts out our vocals when or cuts out our hearing.
Did
When that prime hit, it was difficult to hear you. Like you cut out. So I'm not sure if that was because of that or
It's
what
fine.
have you. But
what I'll do is if it comes through again, I'll just stop talking completely.
okay.
Which probably everyone's like, woohoo! Okay, so as you're going through all of your gear, you're realizing that you're checking everything because you didn't want to have to leave behind that extra package of clothes, and you actually find like a pile of rocks to hide it in, so that maybe if something changes, you could go back and get it. Like, you're not thinking the rations, rather. You're trying to keep the rations. Maybe they'll be safe enough, and if you get really, really hungry, you'd go back for it. But it was painful to leave that behind. But you still kind of made a little, mound of rocks to hide it in. Maybe it'll be safe there. But as you're checking your gear, you realize you still feel the summons, the letter that Tig brought you from your father. It feels warm in your pocket.
And I'm sure it's the letter.
It's a hot pocket.
Well, I mean, you could switch to a different pocket and see what happens.
I take it out and just kind of examine it.
Okay. You see the writing on it, but you don't understand some of the writing. You know that there are letters on there. It was obviously written in common because or whatever halflings speak. Because
Halfling, actually,
Halfling.
they have their own language.
Because Tig was able to read it, and you know that Tig isn't fluent in a lot of languages, except those 2 words at the bottom that she didn't understand.
Is it discolored? Is it red or orange?
The only color on it, on the whole, it's just a regular parchment, but the only color on it is the seal, which is that burnt orange color of wax. And it's
Does
got
it
the
look
flame.
like it's moving or magic or anything?
Do an investigation check.
18.
Okay. You look at it very closely and bring it right up to your eyes, and as your nose touches the bit of wax as you're holding it up to your eye, you can kind of see out of the corner of your eye a small glow. And so you pull it away and look at it even more, and you realize that whenever you touch the wax seal, it has a bit of a glow to it.
Huh.
And even holding it in your hands, it's warm. It's not hot, it's not burning, it just feels warm. It feels right. That's the warmth that you're experiencing.
Do I feel lost, alone, or frightened right now?
No.
Then I'm not going to worry about it too much and just leave it in my pocket.
Okay, great. You are just heading east now, which is not the way that typical travelers would go when they head to Ravenscroft. There is a main road that goes south past Maeston, but you told your ranger friend and your wizard friend that you wanted to avoid Maeston and you wanted to avoid Miramore. Both are on their way down. Miramore is a very old halfling seaside village that has been abandoned for a long time now. In fact, so long that some of your ancestors were actually born in Granlund. And people say it's haunted, and it is half submerged. So the sea is sort of taking over that old cliffside village off the cliffs of the Bellspar Depths, which is that body of water to the north there. And so you wanted to go the long way. You knew it would take a little bit longer, and it was taking you really long with all that weight you were carrying. But now that you've gotten rid of those extra rations, you feel like your load isn't too bad. So you come to the Granmora Delta Lake thing. You've never been here, but it just feels right. You can see the homestead of the farmer that Dials told you about, just over the next hill. But it doesn't look like an ordinary farmstead. It looks like a thick, gloomy mist is sort of shrouding the fields and the buildings. And it actually, you take a step forward and it gets a little bit thicker. With every step, it looks a little gloomier.
I'm gonna take out the parchment, the scroll.
All right.
Just have it kind of ready. I'm gonna also pull out my. I'm gonna put away my guitar and pull out my sword, my short sword.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk forward.
Okay. And again, as you're going forward, you can sense this gloominess, but it doesn't actually stop you. Even though you do feel lost and frightened a little bit, you keep taking a step forward. Like you're
Okay.
thinking this is okay.
Well, I'm brave.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep going.
exactly. At the gate, you can see a very sad-looking halfling woman. She's leaning on the fence. She says, "Welcome to Bottom Hill Farms. I'm Silva Bottomwood. Bottom Hill. You're here to help, right? Thank you so much for coming. Quickly, come in." She opens the gate outward, but you notice as she leans forward past the swing of the gate, she winces with pain.
You cut out that last bit there.
As she leans forward to open the gate,
Uh-huh.
she winces with pain.
I'm gonna ask her if she needs help.
She says, "Yes, that's why you've come, right? To help."
Well, I've come for someone. I've come for something. Show me what's wrong. What's wrong with you? What's wrong here?
She opens the gate outward, like I said, and as you step through, you feel compelled to help. And you step through, and you feel no ill effects. You see that she's wincing in pain now from just the atmosphere. And as you enter the property, you really, even through the gate, you don't feel that oppression. It is slightly darker than when you were on the road, and you adjust to the dim light. As you do that, you look toward the barn. That's when the wailing starts.
I'm gonna say, what is that?
And now it's Jurgim's turn.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
All right,
I'm so
Jurgim.
excited.
The summons from your father came in while you were running around with your friend Rogu. You were playing an unusual game of hide and seek, whereas neither of you could remember who was supposed to be hiding and who was supposed to be seeking, and therefore just ran around hiding and seeking and pelting moldy nuts at each other. You were down. Roll a d6 for me.
3.
You've taken 3 points of damage by this time.
Ooh.
When you heard your
Jesus.
mom,
You're really good with those moldy nuts. Stop hitting me with them.
you heard your mom shout at you from the large tree in which she lives. You live in the branches above, but she lives right below in a house like a classy goblin.
Right.
She yells, "Oi, Yuri, you dope! Somebody here to see ya! Get your ass back!
But mom,
Come on!
I'm playing with Rogu.
He's here to see ya!"
All right, fine.
All right, you arrive.
Wherever you
home.
are, Rogu, hold on. I go meet mom.
Roll a d4.
Oh no. I did subtract the hit points, by the way. The freaking overlay better reflect that. 4. I got a 4. 4.
Rogu's pelts 4 more moldy nuts at you, and you take 1 more point of damage.
Freaking stop! I called timeout.
All right, you arrive home and find an unusually tall goblin standing just outside the door to the dwelling. He introduces himself as
They're tall.
Oral Goldwyn, but all you hear is Old Goblin. And you refer to him as such.
Old Goblin?
He is light green in color and has strange violet-colored eyes. He's wearing soft leather armor and a long scabbard attached to his belt. In his gloved hands, he's holding a scrolled parchment.
What's up, Old Goblin?
He doesn't hand it to you. He instead unfurls the parchment and begins to read it aloud. "Jurgim, my simple son, it is time for us to meet. You must travel to Ravenscroft in Coven to the Green Goblin Inn. When you arrive, speak to Luli. She will instruct you further. You will be joined at the inn by 3 more of my children, your brothers. Take this letter with you and use it during your travels when you feel lost, alone, or frightened. My seal will aid you throughout your journey. Make haste, my son. I look forward to our meeting. Warm regards, Earl Diagasso." The stranger hands the note back to you and silently points to a wax seal at the bottom. It's an impression of a flame pushed into burnt orange wax. Below the seal are strange-looking runes. The stranger does not read them aloud.
What's that mean?
The stranger shakes his head.
You really are an old goblin. Okay.
Your mother.
How'd you get so old?
He
That doesn't happen.
he turns and starts to walk away. As your mother lowers her head, she understands something.
Ma, what's this mean?
She turns and walks inside, and you begin to hear her crack open some eggs and start cooking the bacon. You know that the message must be serious because normally she doesn't bother to cook either the eggs or the bacon, but serves them raw wrapped in a moldy nut leaf.
Ma?
The stranger turns back to face you and tells you to travel north to Ravenscroft and points helpfully in a northward direction, which you promptly forget.
I know which way is north, okay? It's that way. Wait.
He tells you to avoid Greymouth Point, as that town is not good for goblins. And you kind of know that through your friends.
Okay.
He also tells you to stick to the main roads and not travel through the underground tunnels because you'll get lost. You promptly forget that too.
But I love the underground tunnels.
Excited, you start packing. You pack your bags, your weapons, and a warm hat because your ears get cold.
That's true. Very, very thin. Very thin.
Your mom, whose name is Mox, by the way.
Right.
It's what you call her. You don't call her mom or ma. Sometimes you
Oh,
do,
okay.
but sometimes you call her Mox.
Okay.
She hands you a small satchel that jingles. You be safe, you dolt!
Okay, Max.
And
Why is it jingling?
she says, Oi,
Is it shiny?
Oi, Yuri! Tell your old man I kept my word and giving you the bag now.
Oh, okay.
What do you do?
I'll take the bag.
Okay.
What word? And how do you keep it? They just kind of go away after you say them. I don't understand.
She just shakes her head sadly. She gets the impression that she's never going to see you again.
I wonder if we're ever gonna see him.
Right. Am I really gonna make it? Let's be real.
We just got the
I'll
treasure.
start re-rolling now, actually. Hold on, let me get a new.
He just looted the treasure.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
This is in game for me, the old goblin.
Yeah. So do you open up the satchel or just stow it in, with the rest of your gear as you're packing?
I'll peek inside it.
Okay. You peek inside and you see several shinies.
Oh.
There are
You
seven
never give me shinies.
metallic-looking discs that are silver, 4 metallic-looking discs that are copper in color, 2 cogs from a clockwork machine,
I like those.
a rusty brooch in the shape of a dragon with an empty socket where its eye should be, 3 silver buttons, 2 gold-colored buttons, a ring with a shiny red stone in the setting, 2 brass keys, a 5-inch length of silver chain, and a small pair of silver spectacles with the glass
How big is this
missing.
bag? Holy crap!
And a small pair of
Look.
silver spectacles with the glass missing from one side.
Is this like a coin purse? What is this?
I kept my word, and I'm giving you the bag now, like you said, like you told me to do. And she hugs you
What?
and says, "Go on, get
Oh.
it."
What's the word you kept? I'm confused.
She just shakes her head
I'm
sadly.
glad you turned up, mate. Now,
Okay.
begin.
Well,
Hey, Joe.
hi, Joe.
I know whose minis you're painting right now. Thanks. Shout out to Joe for painting the minis from the Banana Brothers.
Thank you, Joe.
That's awesome. Okay, so
Um,
before you leave town, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Before you leave town, you want to make sure you say goodbye to Rogu and your other buddy, Fant.
Yes.
And you tell them that you're going...
Where would I find Fant?
They're running around. He was probably...
Because Lord knows I'm not gonna find freaking Rogu. He's good.
He's
Freaking
probably
hurts.
he's probably was hiding while you guys were seeking and vice versa, and you never found him. But,
Kind of a butthole.
But you but you find him and you're saying goodbye and you tell them all about this letter that you got, and you were heading north to Ravenscroft, some city. You forgot half the names anyway. But you're heading there.
But I do remember Old Goblin.
And they both decide to go with you.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be an adventure. Can't wait.
They appear on the trail a few minutes later with their bags packed. "We're going on an adventure!" they exclaim excitedly.
Okay, I've never been outside of Moldy Nut. Am I equipped well enough? Do I look like I'm good?
They think you look great.
Yeah, you're just saying that. No, but how's my gear? Like, how am I prepared?
Well, you got your bamboozle, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Rogu says that's all you need, really. And you got an extra bag of moldy nuts. That's all you need, really.
Did you get your extra bag of moldy nuts too?
And he holds up 2 bags and says, "Hi, I have 4 more than you do."
Your coin purse of bold.
They hear.
Hold on, I gotta go collect some more. Hold on.
All right, so your trip is delayed by 15 minutes as you go get another bag of moldy nuts.
Okay, we're even now.
There you go. And of course, the first thing you guys do is head into the caves.
Of course. Why would we go anywhere else?
You travel for quite some time before you decide to camp for the night. It's hours later. You think
Okay.
you're making great progress, and when actually I think you went south.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
In
So
fact, I think fans would be the best one to know.
yep, and actually at one point you realize that you've probably passed that stone outcropping in the cave 4 or 5 times. And you see a moldy nut shell on the ground. And maybe you think that moldy nuts grow in the cave, so it doesn't bother you.
Rogu, I think these grow in the caves too. Did you know this?
He says he did not know.
I point at the shell on the ground.
And he picks it up and he sniffs it and he kind of licks out the middle of it, getting on the last of the meat inside the shell.
Best part. Nice.
So it's time to camp. The 3 of you are camping inside the cave. Looks safe enough. What do you do?
I guess I would. The only thing, well, I'll probably go through the coin purse.
Okay.
I actually imagine it being like a tiny little bag, but it's got all that crap in it.
I mean, they're small, like buttons and keys. You know,
Right,
it's like
right.
a magpie's nest. You know, it doesn't have a lot of big
Right.
things. Spectacles are the small little wire ones that sit on the edge of your nose. They're just not big.
Okay.
But I'll send you the list of
Okay.
what's in there. But the cogs from the clockwork machine fascinate you because you've never seen any. These are really weird discs that have notches on them, and you just don't understand what they are. But they make a nice jingle sound and a clattering sound, and they're hard, and they make funny impressions in the dirt of the cave floor as you run them up and down. So you're fascinated by those.
I would probably try on the ring as well, but in the bag, like put my hand in there and
So
try
your
it on
friends
so
don't
no
see
one's. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it fits. It's your fingers are long and narrow. It's a little big, but it's not going to fall off if you leave it on.
I will. I'll wait. I'll put it back in the bag.
Okay.
Hold on. Am I smart enough to do that? 10% chance.
I like how you're like checking
Oh
yourself.
my lord! I put it back in the bag.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
Well, you didn't want your friends to take it because they've taken stuff from
Yeah,
you before.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, you know that Rogu is very good at taking things when he wants to. And the pair of spectacles you actually take out of the bag and you kind of joke with them. You all take turns wearing them and kind of getting blurry-eyed on the right side where the glass is, and clear-eyed on the left side where there's no glass. And you all tease each other for having these things on your eyes. So that's a fun part of the night. But eventually
Okay.
you all fall asleep. And just as you're about to nod off, you hear a very loud skittering sound.
Wait. So am I the only one that heard it, or
No, you heard it. Yes, you heard it.
guys?
You don't know
Guys,
if your
did you hear
friends
that?
And now it's Daros's turn.
Heck! I'll mute.
Okay. Daros, Arlind, are you ready?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. While faithfully watching the ancient ruins in the place where the Moganja trees grow, and trying for the millionth time to train your pet squirrel Jenny, a ghostly figure appears before you. Ooh. Just kidding. In a swirl of smoke and haze, the figure approaches and holds out a scrolled parchment. What do you do?
Hello, do I know you?
It shakes its head.
Up or down does it shake? I don't understand.
He goes, and
You don't know me. Well, my name is. I don't have a name. I am a furbolg from the Moganja tree forest.
and he nods.
It is nice to meet you.
Okay, he's not moving. He's still holding this parchment out to you.
Is this for me?
And he nods his head.
Well, then I'll go ahead and take it if you're giving it to me.
Okay. As you reach for it, your hand sort of passes through his hand, who's also holding it. And that feels weird to you. However, it feels warm. You did.
Your hands are warm, but I go right through it. I don't understand.
And so he withdraws his hand. Taking the scroll, you remove the leather strap and unroll the parchment. There are many tiny, interesting lines and pictures on the paper. Some are close to each other and some are far apart. The picture at the bottom is bumpy. It's very pretty. You touch it, and it feels warm, and it gives off a soft glow. Suddenly, all the lines and pictures on the parchment make sense to you. You understand exactly what the document says. Daros, my unassuming son, it is time for us to meet. You must travel to Ravenscroft in Covinth, to the Green Goblin Inn. When you arrive, speak to Luli. She will instruct you further. You will be joined at the inn by 3 more of my children, your brothers. Take this letter with you and use it during your travels when you feel lost, alone, or frightened. My seal will aid you throughout your journey. Make haste, my son. I look forward to our meeting. Warm regards, Earl Diogaso. Hastily, you gather all your things from your vigilant watch over the ancient ruins that you've been tasked to guard. You rush home to confer with your mama. She takes the letter from you and upon touching it, understands it as well. She silently nods, encouraging you. You ask her what Daros means, and she explains that other beings that live in this realm sometimes refer to each other with a special name, and that your name is Daros, as decided just now by your father.
Okay. I guess I'll go by Daros then.
You don't understand all the words when you look at the letter again, but the message is clear. You must travel to the Green Goblin Inn in Ravenscroft. So you start packing your things very carefully. You have an extra satchel full of Moganja leaves, and you're on the small road that leads to Zaman, because Mama explained that the dwarves in Zaman would help you get to Ravenscroft. Mama also hands you a small parcel with extra underwear and a pair of new shoes. She reminds you to change your underwear once a moon, like the humans do. In the bottom of the parcel, you can hear a jingling sound. Do you look to see what's inside the parcel making the jingling sound?
Yes,
Like
I would look inside and make sure everything is there.
You find several shrimp. Lots of them. Some of the shrimp are gold, Some are silver, and some are coppery in color. Mama tells you that most of the other beings use the shrimp to bargain for food, shelter, and other necessary things. Mama coughs gently and gives you a warm embrace. Be kind to everyone you meet, she advises, and that will take you far. As you head southward towards Zaman, you hear a scuttling noise behind you. Something in the bushes or the leaves on the ground is rustling.
I recognize that as my little squirrel friend.
So turning, you see the empty road and the hazy peaks of the desolate rise, which, by the way, is the name of that mountain range I forgot about last time. And the last of the Moganja tree grove fading in the distance, but you see nothing else.
Well, I just keep going.
After 2 days of travel along the road, you see a nene and some sort of contraption stopped ahead of you on the road. 2 short, plump beings are scratching their heads and looking at the wood box on the round things. One of the round things appeared to be broken. Looking up, they see you approach, and you stop in confusion. There are 2 beings who look exactly alike, just like your puddle twin.
Oh, yeah. My puddle twin, his name is Phil Bolg.
And that's where we're stopping yours right now. All right, you ready, Anchoku?
Sure.
Sure. Hold on, I want to see people are chatting. Oh dear. 2 nays. Yeah, I saw you muted. Thank you, Sel.
I'm trying.
All right, Ukokna. One day, while visiting your mother Papaya in her apothecary shop, Papaya's Potions, your best fiend Ziz appears without being summoned. Unfazed, as he does this quite often, you simply unsummon him, since he's usually the one who knocks over the shiny bottles in your mother's shop. Except this time the unsummoning doesn't work. He glares at you for even trying. No, Uko, he shrieks. Ziz will not go. Ziz has an important message for Uko. Ziz always refers to himself in the third person. Your mother ushers you and Ziz outside. Message out here, she tisks, where you can't knock things over. As you leave the shop, your robe catches on the leg of a display table and rattles it, knocking over several jars. Look what Uko did, shrieks Ziz. Ziz did not. It was Uko. Ziz confirms to Papaya, who ignores him. Ziz never has a problem calling Uko out on any and all transgressions. Message, Uko, message! Ziz shrieks. Ziz always shrieks. Uko, my spirited son, it is time for us to meet. You must travel to Ravenscroft in Coventh to the Green Goblin Inn. When you arrive, speak to Luli. She will instruct you further. You will be joined at the inn by 3 more of my children, your brothers. Take this letter with you and use it during your travels when you feel lost, alone, or frightened. My seal will aid you throughout your journey. Make haste, my son. I look forward to our meeting. Warm regards, Earl Diagasso. Ziz stops and seems to go into a trance. Take this, he says, in an eerily calm voice. A scrolled parchment appears in your hand. It magically unfurls, and you feel compelled to touch the wax seal at the bottom. It's the flame that draws you.
Ooh, flame. I like fire.
As soon as you touch it, you feel a surge of understanding. You must go to Ravenscroft. Below the seal are more words, but you do not understand them. What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Gnomish, Goblin, and Infernal.
Okay, you do not understand these runes.
Ma, can you read this?
She looks at the paper and she cannot understand it either. Not the words, but she understands the message that you must go. And she's known that for a long time, actually. Ziz comes out of his trance and sees the parchment in your hand. "Give to Ziz!" he shrieks, and makes a grab for it. But you are faster and quickly stow the letter. Absently, you make a gesture to dismiss Ziz, and this time he is unsummoned. The next day, Master Palm asks you to deliver his apples to folks along Fire Lake. He loans you a horse-drawn cart and fills it with barrels of apples, potions, spices, silks, and other exotic goods. He gives you a piece of paper with the inventory and tells you to seek out an elvish man named Claude in Ravenscroft. The apples are to be sold to the neighboring villages along Fire Lake, but the other barrels are to go to Claude. He tries to make this as clear to you as possible. Claude will know what to do next. You are feeling rather smug with yourself, as you realize that by completing this task from Master Palm, you will find yourself in Ravenscroft, the very city where Ziz said you'd meet your father. You sincerely hope there is an apostrophe in his name, too. Before you leave the next morning, your mother hands you a parcel containing your favorite jerk seasoning, as well as 5 red liquid-filled vials. I've already added them to your inventory, so if you're looking on D&D Beyond under inventory, you will see 5 healing potions. She says to you, "Drink one of these if you are hurt." After your first day and night on the road, you start to feel homesick. You've never traveled this far. The homesickness causes your heart to hurt, so you drink one of the vials your mom sent with you. So, delete one. It made you feel
Deleted.
It made you feel a little better, but not really, so you drank another.
Deleted.
This one doesn't make you feel any better than before, so you try one more.
Deleted.
This one makes you feel a little nauseous, so you stop drinking the vials.
You idiot.
Hey,
Probably
he
didn't taste
had
very
5
good.
healing potions, 1 for every point of intelligence.
The DM giveth and the DM taketh away.
Right. And you trip and smash the other 2. That's all.
The day was bright and clear, and you enjoyed jogging alongside the cart as the horse pulled it along the gravel road. Sometimes the horse wanted to turn toward the lake, but you, ever the wise merchant, ran along its left flank and made a whooping noise to keep him on the road. It took you lots of sleeps, about 8, before your first stop. In Butterfield, one of the locals suggested that it might be better if you rode on the jockey box. You know, the flat cushion board that stretched from one side of the cart to the other. It would speed your journey, she said. You kind of smack your head and you say, I knew that. Another local quietly reminded you that sometimes horses need to drink water, and the water in Fire Lake was good for horses. Your deliveries along the various Fire Lake villages were uneventful, but prosperous. The villagers were grateful for the apples and paid you handsomely. A total of 1,621 gold, they said. And they handed you a bag full. They also gave you a great tip.
How much was that tip?
It was, you look in the bag, this 1,621 gold that you sincerely believe is 1,621 gold. In the bag are 2 wooden buttons, 16 acorns, a sack of rice, and a bag of moldy-looking beans. 1,000 was a big number. You knew this, because your mom said she wouldn't trade you to a traveling merchant for 1,000 gold, even when you knocked over her potion bottles. An entire moon passed before you reached a bend in the trail that faced you directly westward. You're not sure how you knew that. It just suddenly dawned on you that you were going westward, and that was the right way to go. Fire Lake was on your left, and Ziz sat upon your shoulder one day when you came upon a small hairy fellow near a marshy part of the trail. Your apple deliveries were done, but you still had 1 barrel of apples left. thinking he might want to buy the last barrel, you approach. Shackleford Dunsby is indeed interested in the barrel of apples. As you are transferring the barrel of apples to Dunsby's storage area, you see a strange bipedal creature emerge from the forest, swinging a stick with a sharp, pointy things on the end and growling at you fiercely. And that's where we'll take a break.
Nice.
What a cliffhanger.
So everybody... we will be right back. We're just going to take a quick 10 minutes and then we'll come back to hopefully some action. I actually have a craft project in front of me to work on during the break because I didn't get it done in time for the next part. But that's what I'll be doing. I have actually a timer. Let me just get to the timer. Be right back. But before I do that, we actually have commercials. So I'm going to meet you guys and we're going to go to our 2 commercials. So we'll be back in 10 minutes-ish.
Okay.
All right, thank goodness we're back because they were singing Eye of the Tiger.
Or some variation
Some
thereof.
variation of Eye of the Tiger.
I think we're getting together to have a band.
This is,
All these brothers are going to make up a boy band.
I'm not sure if you turn the music up, but you might want to turn it down a little
Yes,
bit.
I will. Okay, it's turned back down. How's
Okay.
that? Okay.
That's for them. I'm not gonna listen.
Oh, okay. All right. If the music's too loud, someone in chat let me know. But welcome back, everybody. How'd you like that commercial for World Anvil? Isn't that cool?
It was pretty epic, actually.
It
I've
was
watched
pretty
it.
epic. Yeah, I got that the other day, and I couldn't wait to show it as a commercial. As you know, World Anvil is one of the sponsors for Nerdsmith, and they are instrumental in this helping us out on this stream. Now, I will tell you that right now we're using the D&D Beyond overlay, but eventually all of Amynrath will be transferred over to World Anvil. I have been given a Grandmaster World Builder account, so I am definitely going to take advantage of that. As you can see from that commercial, all the things they offer, and I can't wait to start playing with that. So that just happened today, so I was excited to tell you guys about that.
That's cool.
Thank you, Crow.
Okay, so where do we leave off? All right, so each one has a little backstory written and told about just them leaving the gates or the brush or whatever area of their city, or maybe in Uragim's case, he hasn't actually left. He's just traveling in the underground tunnels
He's still at home.
I'm still home.
below Moldy Nut doing something. But Silva...
I've never been this far in the caves before.
And you're
Pretty
going
cool.
in circles, so who knows. Silva Bottomhill winces again with pain, Beaufort, at the sound of the wailing that you both now hear coming from the barn. But she soldiers on. Hurry, there's no time. Come meet Bernard. He can explain it. And she leads you away from the lure of the barn to the small, cozy home nearby. Once you enter the house, though, it becomes much warmer and brighter. It's definitely more cheerful inside, as if the gloom and the oppression can't get within the walls, even after opening the door. There's a crackling fire lit in the fireplace against the far wall, and you can smell the enchanting aroma of beef stew bubbling in a cauldron over the fire. You have not eaten. It's never been this long since you had a meal. You've always been able to eat every couple of hours, and this is uncomfortable. You got a rumbly in your tumbly.
Yeah, I'm gonna introduce myself and then say what you got cooking.
Okay. Silva goes straight to the small overstuffed armchair near the fire, and you can see they're wrapped in a comforting blanket, is a small pale face with large gray eyes. Bernard, she says, this is Beaufort from Granland. He has come to help us just as the old woman said he would. You can hear Bernard's soft voice whisper back, they have taken over the barn now. It is too late.
I'm gonna greet him, but not touch him.
Okay. All right. He barely looks at you. Silva hushes him and turns toward the fire. Now she's tending the stew. But as she's tending to the stew, she says, it's not too late. We'll be fine again real soon. You'll see. And then without asking, Silva ladles the stew into bowls. She hands one to Bernard, who stares at it, then brings the other two to the sturdy kitchen table. Come now, eat, she invites.
Smell test.
Roll... I don't know. What is that?
Survival?
Yeah, roll survival. There you go.
A disadvantage because he's hungry.
Well, I just rolled a 13. I don't know what it is.
I mean, you've never smelled anything like it, but to you, it still smells just wonderful. I mean, it's making you drool. It's so just, the smell is so aromatic and so you're just gonna have to try it. I'm
gonna wait till Silva drinks some, and then I'll drink some.
Okay, she digs right in. Now Bernard hasn't touched his yet, you notice, but she digs right in.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. So as long as she eats it, I will too.
Okay. You are ravenous after not having.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna let it pour down into my beard. And...
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's hot. You might want to. Why don't you roll for Constitution? It was bubbling. I said it was bubbling on the fire.
Yeah.
Would you roll for Constitution?
Yeah.
3rd degree burns.
That's a 3.
Roll 1d6.
All 3.
Okay, so you take 3 points of burn damage.
That was fire damage. I'm hungry.
But even as hot as it is amazing. And you say so to Silva, and she says that she blushes a little bit, and she says it's the jerk seasoning.
I love jerk seasoning.
She says I have to order it special from Mixbury, but it's worth it. And she says I'm almost out. Then she goes on to explain while you're eating dinner that the gloom started about 2 weeks ago. The gloom over the farm.
Mm-hmm.
Right about 2 weeks, and you struggle to remember what a week is, and you hold up your hands and you hold up some fingers, and she says about that time, about that many days, that many moons, that many sleeps. And she says at first it didn't seem to affect anything. It just was gloomy. But each day the oppression got a little worse, and got to where Bernard couldn't even tend the herd.
Is it worse at night?
No, it doesn't change. She said she had to take over some of the duties once Bernard couldn't even get himself to get out of bed. She got him to the chair just this afternoon, but he wouldn't leave the house. So oppressive.
Bernard said they are in the barn. Is there more than one?
Well, she said the wailing sounded like there were multiple wails. Yes. Is that what
Okay.
you're asking?
Yeah.
Are they a
Well,
pod
he
of
said
whales?
they are back.
Oh yeah, they have taken over the barn now. Yes.
Mhm.
He just means that he hears the wails and knows that it's probably more than one thing.
Well, and I got the impression that it's happened before.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. After my fine meal, I'm gonna go investigate.
Okay.
Is it dark? I forgot. What time of
Yeah,
day?
now it's evening. You arrived right at evening time. She recommends that you wait until the morning.
Yeah, I will then.
But after about a week, she says, they were no longer able to get into the barn due to the creepy crawlies inside. Bernard, from his chair, his stew still untouched, whispers, "Gloom weavers."
Oh my gosh. Okay.
They need your help, and they want to make a deal with you because you've come to help them. If you
I will help.
rid the barn of the creepy crawlies, he'll help you along your way to Ravenscroft.
I have too much burden for my travel. I would help you for a donkey.
And they agree hastily. If any of them remain alive, yeah, you can have the finest.
But the donkeys are in the barn with the thing.
Yeah.
Ah,
You can have the finest of whatever's left, they said. Because they haven't been into the barn for a couple days, and the horses and the donkeys only have what they have left in the feed.
I would say by morning we will fight. Do you have more soup?
She happily
nice
gives
soup.
you another helping of soup, and she also hands you a glass vial, and it's a glass vial of red liquid, and she calls it a boo-boo potion. She said the old woman told us to give this to you.
Oh. What does it do?
They don't know. The old woman called it a boo-boo potion.
Honey boo boo?
No, boo-boo, like if you hurt yourself.
Hey boo boo. Hey boo.
Do I
Okay,
put
well
this
I
in my
will
picnic
store that.
basket?
Okay?
We have yogi potions.
Yeah. Yogi potions. Okay, so the next
And-
morning.
Okay. I was gonna try to help the old man eat.
Oh,
Also,
okay.
if I could help Spoon, like
It's
cool off
real-
Spoon and help him, facilitate a meal.
I love that, and he actually helps you. And Silva is a little surprised that he is accepting your help, actually. And for that, I'm going to give you an inspiration, and I don't know if I have it over the right person, so I'm just gonna. Oh, I did! Yay!
Woohoo!
Inspiration both.
Okay.
And by the way, I have new emojis in the chat. I believe there is now a Mimsy with a banana
Really?
on its head. Yeah, if you want to check it out. So if I give,
Oh, I'm not a sub anymore. That's right. I don't have access.
if I give a inspiration at you guys, nope, it's not there. Fine, I don't know what's going on. I'm looking for it. Do I see it? I had one.
Not approved yet. Yeah.
Oh, probably. All right, fine. Yeah, now I don't see it. Oh, sure, they got the llama in there from Fortnite. All right. Next time, right? Next time. Boo Boo Potion. There you go. I like that. Okay. Okay, so the next morning, up early.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get up early, eat breakfast.
Okay.
Hopefully they provided.
Yes, they did.
Hopefully they provided.
It was more stew. She was so happy that you liked the stew that she made more for you.
I'm gonna ask the farmers if they have any young friends or children.
No, they don't have any children, and the next farm is miles away. There's been no one to help them.
And do you have a sword fancier than this?
No, no.
Then I'll make my way towards the barn.
Okay. Silva is actually brave enough to stand on the front porch and watch as you advance toward the barn, but Bernard is not going anywhere. He's staying in his chair by the fire.
I'm gonna hand her one of my daggers and say, if they get close to you, stab them with the pointy end.
Okay. She's looks a little surprised, but she's grateful. She a way to defend herself. She's very happy about that. She says she does tell you though that once they got into the barn and sort of had the horses and the mules.
Cheers to you, my friend.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you for the bits.
I have to put a hat on now, don't I? That's 1,000 bits.
Yep.
It's a mega cheer.
Also, I did notice the moment that like popped up in the chat, you went dead silent. So I wonder if there's something to do with, for some reason,
It could be.
it's messing with your mic
Yeah. Well, it probably is. So
with the sound effect.
Yeah, and that's fine. I'll just be quiet. But let me go get a hat. What hat do you want to see me in? Can't believe I'm doing this.
Oh, I wish I had my hat down there. My big hat. Can I bring you my big hat?
All the hats? No, pick one
It's,
hat.
it's not my turn anyway, so I could just say, okay, real quick, and bring you this
all right,
hat.
bring me that hat. I'll wear Drake's
Can I?
hat. Yeah, go.
Can I do it?
Yeah, go.
Well, should I give them a chance to see it first, or
Well,
no?
I have to go unbury the hats from the back anyway, so you probably.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Y'all can keep going, and I'll just bring you the hat.
I'll bring me the hat. I'll wear it.
Sell 5.
Sell 5. Good job.
Be right back.
All right, so you, as you can see on the map, can you see on the map?
Yeah, I see the barn. I'm gonna keep my my scroll readily in like a breast pocket, right here, right at my chest.
Good idea.
Right
And
over my
and
heart.
it feels warm there. It feels not warm like hot, but just warm like it's meant to be there, like it's with you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you crack open the door and the smell is kind of bad. There's at least 3 dead or dying horses or mules in their stalls, and
that's bad.
it's kind of taken over. But you notice they're stomping and kicking a little bit. So there's a little bit of they're actually defending themselves a little bit, and you can see a couple of the dead things. Oh boy, that's a hat.
It is quite the hat.
It's heavy.
It's got a feather.
It's got a feather.
Hey.
Do I have it on
It's a really
correctly?
big feather.
Do I have it on correctly?
Yes, you do.
All right, there. Well,
Carmen San Diego.
happy Hattober, everybody.
Hey,
All right, let
hey,
me.
Tranquil.
Thanks, Jorgim. All right, I'm gonna put the mobs on the board. Never take it off. Well, I have it for 10 minutes.
You're a swashbuckler.
I gotta get the timer on there. I can't believe I had to do this.
Tranquil, you
Someone
should be
just-
playing some music.
10:34. All right, so let me put the mobs on. You're coming in from this side. Oh, you know what? Let me get your disc. I gotta go AFK 1 second. I painted discs and forgot to bring them in.
Ugh. Get the banana hat.
Tranquil,
I heard you.
why don't you play some Scooby-Doo music as you're sneaking towards the barn on your guitar?
This is quality programming right here, I'm telling you. All right, you're blue, right? All right, so. You have another. You want to inspire yourself?
No, I'm just sneaking.
Sneaking. All right.
That means I'm going stealth.
You see these horrific looking
But not your face.
creatures attacking the horses. And when you open the
That's bad.
barn door, did you roll for stealth?
I will. That's a nat 1. Probably should have been playing my guitar or going stealth.
Yeah, that's
You have
yeah.
advantage. You have advantage. I'm sorry, not advantage. You're
You have an inspiration.
inspiration.
You have
That's what I
an
meant.
I was like, well, how does he have advantage? I'll just shut up because apparently I don't know. But did you re-roll to take your inspiration away?
Well, actually, I rerolled because I'm lucky.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, so I got a 16.
16. All right. You feel a little quiet. They don't quite turn toward you or start creeping toward you. But when you open it, it looks creepy. You heard creepy crawlies, but these are hands.
Oh, hell no.
These are hands that are crawling across the floor on fingertips, and they are hitting
Boy, look at
and
those things.
scratching.
What are those things?
Can I take inspiration away from you?
I don't have any, but go ahead.
All right. I've got my sword drawn, and I got a dagger in my offhand, and I'm going to advance
Okay.
and try to attack one of them.
The closest one to you is right by that little bench there.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead and roll for attack.
15 with the sword.
That hits.
7 points.
That
Piercing.
kills it. It kind of just and dies.
With
Like
my
this,
offhand. With my offhand, I'm going to try to attack another one.
Okay, so you have to move closer.
If I have more movement, yes. If
Your
there's no
hand is
movement.
off too.
Yeah.
15.
That hits.
Was this hand-to-hand combat?
Oh!
1 point of
Okay.
piercing damage.
All right. It got pierced right in the palm, but it's still now it's angry with you. It was angry.
Did I stick it to the ground?
You didn't tell me that's what you were going to do.
Fist bump it.
Do you want to
No.
roll to try to grapple it? No, that's an action. Sorry.
No, it was just an attack.
Yep. Nope. Okay.
I'm not going to let go of the dagger.
Okay. So now the one closest to you turns and attacks. $16.
Oh, that hits.
All right. It's
12
a
points of damage.
claw attack.
I get it.
Oh, you take 2 points of slashing damage. Now the one next to it comes over to you. It has a little bit of movement, and it attacks you as well. It 18. I know that.
That's a hit.
All right. It does 5 points of
Ooh.
bludgeoning damage. It punched you right in the kneecap.
Bro, it bro fisted you in the
And
face.
now you're just like hopping around on one leg. And they're creepy. You're like trying to stomp at them. It's your turn.
Well, I have to pull out my guitar
Okay.
and do a spell.
Okay.
Nice.
They're creepy and they're spooky. All right. And what did you do?
I gave myself 11 hit points back.
Nice. Very nice. Somebody's on.
Which was all of them.
Fuego.
Which was all of them.
Well, all but one. I was down to one.
Very nice.
Oh, nice Dershow hype.
All right. The
That's
one
nice.
with 1 hit points attacks. 6. Does a 6 hit
Miss.
you? All right.
No.
The second one attacks. No, that one misses also. All right, and the other ones don't see you yet. They're still intent on killing the horses. What do you do?
I'm gonna redraw my sword and dagger.
All right.
8.
8 does not hit.
Oh, 24.
24 hits.
2 points of piercing damage. With
2
the dagger.
points. That hits and it dies. They don't have a lot of hit points.
That's good.
All right, so now the next one starts. The one that punched you is going to punch you again. 5 misses.
They should have 5 hit points, so you could just count them down with your fingers.
They actually have between 2 and 3 hit points, so you could stomp on them. It missed. So what do you do? There's one still.
I'm gonna attack again with my sword.
All right.
22.
That hits.
10 points of damage, max.
Dang.
Nice. It is dead. Dead. So these 2 are now dead. And it does not appear. I took skeleton hands off the skeletons and glued them onto pennies.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Beautiful
Well,
stuff
I
there.
could have spent, what did you say, Arland, or I could have spent 18 cents on a washer when I could have, or just spent a penny on
I just glued pennies to them. It's cheaper.
It
It's cheaper than washers.
It's cheaper than washers. And I'll paint the pennies. I don't care. Okay, so the other ones have not noticed you yet. They're across the room still. They're kind of still beating on the horses though, or clawing at the horses. What do you do?
I'm gonna advance stealthily.
All right, roll for stealth.
24.
All right, you feel very well hidden, and since the other 3 are not attacking you yet, we will pause there and move on to the next player. You're a Gim.
Yeah, what's up?
You.
I thought it was muted for a second.
I gotta change the map.
I'm the map, I'm the map,
Let me
I'm
take
the
a
map,
picture of it so I
I'm the
remember it
map.
for next time. I don't have my camera here. I'll remember it because I'll just take a picture from the screen.
There you go.
I was gonna get a bale of hay out and take it apart and put hay all over, and then I realized that would be a mess.
Yeah,
All right.
that really would be.
In a cave. Is
Guys,
that
did you hear that? What was that noise?
appearing on the screen?
Nice. I think I've been there before. I think I fought
No,
a
you
roper
haven't.
in that
This is a
cave.
brand new. This is a brand new
okay.
map. You've never been
Okay.
here.
Never been there. Got
What
it.
color are you? Yellow.
Yes.
I think I see Moldy Nut at the top.
Let me get your
There's the exit to Moldy Nut. Hey, Mom!
buddies. Yeah.
You've been gone for 2 days, but you're back. Why?
All right. Here's your buddies, and
Have you ever read The Family Circus?
you see
Yes.
the skid.
I made that joke on the map.
Yeah, you did. Can I get this hat off now? Oh, I have 1 minute. Okay. You see coming from this area.
Not if we can help it.
This giant, really creepy looking insect with millions and millions and billions of legs, and you count at least 2.
Can you
count at
move the
least
map
2.
over a little bit because the camera's off to this edge? Like, thank you. Yes, that's helpful.
Very
So-
good. Perfect. Right there.
You see it's heading straight for your friend Fant. What does Fant do?
I'm in control of all of them. Okay.
I can only do mobs tonight.
I
Hey,
understand.
Sans, I gotta
more
say,
hat.
that hat makes you look real good.
I love this hat though. It needs to
It's
stay,
right. It's a nice hat.
It needs to stay down here for Hattober.
It's real. It's real leather, and the feather is real as well.
I know my forehead can
If
tell you it's
dyed.
real leather. All right, what is Fant doing?
Fant is going to back away behind. Well, wait, hold on. Yeah, he's gonna back behind the other 2,
Like over here?
and yes, and
Okay.
I don't know his reasoning for being what he is, but to whatever little goblin god he believes in, he's going to
Oh, by the way,
cast blow.
make both of their ints as much as or lower than yours.
Oh.
Don't
Okay.
worry about it now. Just remember that when you're role playing.
I will. Yes, I will. He's gonna cast Bless.
Okay.
On all three of them.
Okay.
And I think that's all he can do. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, probably. As a level 1 cleric, that's all he can do.
Yeah.
All right, so they're blessed. Let me see if I can get a color on them.
Do I gotta roll initiative, or is that we're not doing that right now?
Yeah, we could roll initiative. I was gonna let you guys go first anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't matter if you don't want to,
Yeah,
just to
that's
save
fine.
time.
It's easier. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right, and then it is. What do you do? What does Uragim do?
Uragim is going to foot it.
Foot!
He's gonna foot it real well.
With his bamboozle.
Real
Bamboozle?
good. Yep. Wait, hold on. What does Bless do again?
You get a D4.
Added to the attack roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's his attack. Oh my gosh, I have so many tabs. It's a +6, so 18
That hits.
to hit.
That hits.
Awesome. 5 points of damage.
It dies.
Just What?
It dies, and just as it dies, you see another one approach from this side.
Okay.
Come on, you're level 1. What was I gonna do?
I know. True. But because you gave me like my friends to help me, I was like, oh, these must be slightly tougher than hands.
Well, you're not done yet.
That's true.
All right, so now it is it is Rogu's turn.
Rogu is going to run around Fant and attempt to stab the dang new
Giant
one.
bug, leggy bug thing.
Leggy bug thing. That is what is his bonus? 5, so 15, 16. 16.
That hits.
That hits, and he's using a short sword. That's a d6. That's 6 points of damage.
It's dead.
Awesome.
Very good. And that's where we're stopping yours. Because I want to get to
Perfect.
everybody's.
All right, I'm a mute. I'm kidding. Mostly.
All right. Okay. Sorry, I'm moving. I'm moving maps.
Can we not change our hit points on the overlay?
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah. When you change
You
it,
have to.
when you're
Okay, go
changing it on D&D Beyond, it should change on the overlay. It might take a
Okay.
minute, but it will change.
Okay. I was trying to do it on the overlay.
Right.
Figure it out.
Okay. So, Daros.
Yes.
You meet these. You meet
I'm
these
gonna mute.
these two funny-looking, short, plump gentlemen. At least you think they are. And they introduce themselves as Kip and Grim Greybeard. They tell you they're dwarves when you are a little confused. And you've heard of dwarves, you just don't remember seeing them before. And they are...
Nice to meet you.
They're very happy to see you. They're hoping that you can help. They're twin brothers, and they're older. Although Kip is proud to say he's 8 minutes older than Grim, and holds it over his head sometimes that he's the elder brother. But they do look exactly alike. It's eerily crazy. They are arguing and cussing over who broke the wheel and how they're going to fix it. They're heading back to Zaman with a cart full of grains from a nearby farm. It's the Nose Whistle farmstead when you ask. It's just northwest of Zaman.
Nose whistle.
If they're late, they'll have to forfeit half their commission for this delivery job, and so they are trying to get this wheel fixed. They call it a wheel, the round thingy on the end of the wood box on the bottom. Apparently, it needs more than they have that works. That you see a few of them, you don't know how many, but apparently it needs that last one to work. As you approach, you're trying to think in using your supreme wisdom how to fix a broken wheel on a cart. What do you say to them?
Have you tried using rocks?
they look at each other and scratch their heads, and they say, no, we didn't think about how would you use a rock to repair a wagon wheel.
Well, you get a rock that's big and round, and you put a hole in the center, and that should help it out.
They agree with you. You're not wrong there. They say, but we have no tools to create a hole in the center of a rock. It would take a lot of chiseling and a lot of hammering to get a hole through a rock. Do you have any other ideas?
You could take some tree limbs and you could bend them around in a shape of, what are those called again?
Wheel.
A wheel. And then you could put it right on there.
And they think about that. Tree limbs might work. They're pliable. So they shuffle off to the nearest copse of trees, and they bring back, and they hand them to you and say, can you help us? Can you figure out how to bend these tree limbs and hold them in the shape of a wheel? And
I can.
Okay, so you start to bend them. Do a strength check.
Shit.
I was waiting for that question to come up.
Okay, I'm gonna make a straight check. Are you ready?
Yes.
I rolled an 11.
Okay, you try. Apparently they brought back, because you're so tall, they assumed you were strong. And they brought back a really thick one, and you give it a really good, try to bend it in the shape of this round thing, but you just can't get it to bend. And so they ask you, can you think of anything else? Meanwhile, there's the Nene is standing there grazing on the long grass by the edge of the road.
Have you tried to look underneath this box that's carrying all your stuff to see if there's an extra one?
They said no, actually. We didn't think about that. We borrowed this cart from the merchant who asked us to deliver the grain. I guess we could look under the box thing. The cart, you mean?
Is that what it's called?
Yes, it's called a cart.
Okay. Then I think we should look under the cot. Maybe they have an extra one.
And they say they are very impressed. They think that's a very smart idea. So they look under the cart, and sure enough, there is a spare wheel. So they start right away to repair the cart by adding that spare wheel that was found.
Mama says I'm smart sometimes.
They heartily agree. They have never met anyone smarter than you in their life, and they tell you over and over again. But just as the cart is being repaired, you hear a grunting noise from behind a nearby grassy knoll.
It's the second shooter.
And
Don't look, you're not old enough.
Now, is it a knoll with grass on it, or is it a grassy knoll?
It's actually a giant pig that comes charging at you.
That's funny.
There you are. And here are Kip and Grim. And here's the broken wagon. And here's the horse grazing. Look at me, I'm playing with my playset. That's you. And right from behind here charges the pig. Oink, 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 and comes right at...
Does it really say oink?
I don't know what it says. Sure. Yeah, that. It's actually trying to... I know the two dwarves are not identical. It's the only dwarves I had. I didn't paint identical dwarves. Plus, I need to keep them apart, keep them separate. All right,
Joe's over there like, I got you.
I know, he's like, I got you, fam. All right,
Gilly
so
and Philly.
Arlindor, what does Grim Greybeard do at this point?
Oh, that sounds so delicious.
We'll take a moment and pause while Arlindor pulls up all 3 character sheets on D&D Beyond.
Wait till he breaks out the books.
Crap.
I made them easy for you. They're fighters.
Yeah, I know, but where are they at on D&D Beyond?
I sent you the link.
They're on Discord.
Go on Discord and go to the link.
I did, and I
All
don't
right,
see it on there.
fine.
So, what is it? What is it? Press I, dude.
Yeah.
Why are you jumping?
Why are
Stop
you
jumping.
jumping?
Press I.
I just keep dropping my sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw him earlier today. I really did. I saw him earlier
If you
today. and
click
I'm
on
like,
the
okay.
links that I sent you in Discord, you'll see it. Probably in a private message. Anyway.
I just unequipped it.
Grim attacks and hits. So, someone tell me what a fighter weapon damage is.
It's probably
1d8,
Someone
Yeah.
roll a 1d8 and add 1 to it.
7.
All right, you
I rolled a
did
6.
7 points of damage. Awesome, Grim. Good job, Grim.
I really hope Grim's got like a battle axe or something that he's one-handing. Because that'd be great.
Probably. Sounds like a dwarf fighter. All right, so
Yeah.
now it's Kip's turn, and Kip's gonna swing at it, and Kip rolls a 14. That hits. So he has a battle axe also because he's an identical twin. What does it do? What damage does he do?
A d10 because he's using 2 hands.
Okay, sure.
Plus what?
I don't know, 1.
7 again.
Awesome. Good job, Kip.
Let me know when it's my turn.
This is supposed to be my scenario.
And now it's our... I gave you a chance, brother. I said
I'm just
you
trying
could
to help.
play 3 characters tonight.
I can't even play this one.
Apparently.
I'm a freaking idiot.
He's role playing IRL.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
All right, what does our Lindor do?
You mean Deros?
I mean, yeah, Daros.
Orlando can't do nothing right now.
Daros is still getting used to his name.
Deros is going to get lucky, and he's going to cast a spell. And he's going to cast...
That wasn't
he's
me,
going-
that was the chair.
Uh-huh.
That's all right. It smells like home.
It was Deros.
That's a good smell for me.
Right?
I'm going to cast my little spell on my magic staff to make my staff magical.
All right, great. That's awesome.
To make my staff
And
magical.
what else are you going
It's
to
a
do?
it's a bonus action, so I'm
Yes.
gonna go ahead and swing my stick at the ugly pig.
All right.
Oh, shit. 15.
15 hits.
You're surprised you hit.
I know. Yeah.
I did 10 points. So, no, I'm sorry. I rolled max dice and I did 7 points of damage.
Very good.
Wow.
Everyone's doing 7 points of damage, but this thing is still snorting and snuffling and angry with all of you. So he is going to
What's this snorting?
He is going to He is going to like take his nasty big tusks and swing them at, let's do 1, 2 Kip, 3, 4 Grim, and 5, 6 you.
Roll a 6.
Yeah, I did.
Yay.
And 10.
Oh, that misses me.
Okay, so he was preoccupied trying to figure out who to attack, Kip or Grim. They both look the same. He's a little confused by this whole twin thing going on too.
Hey, Deros. Sorry to interrupt.
You get your wisdom modifier for the damage.
Yeah, it's a +4 to your damage instead of a -1.
Thank
So
you.
you
Thank
actually
you,
did
Drake.
more than that. You did 12 points of damage.
Both of our antennas went.
Yeah.
But see, Darius didn't know that.
Yeah, that's true. Okay,
But it's part of the spell.
we are.
That I actually did 12 points of damage.
Okay, I got it. Good job. All right, and we are stopping yours right there.
It's a good thing.
I need to prepare some more.
No, I need to go and find this link on Discord.
All
Because I
right.
got two little guys helping me out.
All right, so now let me move over to the next one. Now we've got Anchoku's character Ukokna at Dunsby's distillery.
You actually have a map for that one.
I know. I have to get one of these. I have to get Kip or Grim to play the role of Dunsby.
Do I stop for any mead?
I don't know. Do you?
Well, maybe.
Oh my god, I found them.
You found what?
They're 2 characters, but it doesn't say what kind of weapons they have.
Ooh, this looks nice.
Oh,
Why does he get the good map?
look. Listen, Linda. All right, how's that? Oh, that's good. Okay.
Ooh, that's better with the house in the back.
Yeah, I did the house in the back. All right, there we go. All right, so you guys are chit-chatting and you're loading barrels. Oh, look at that. We have a cart.
Oh. Where your little? If you don't have little apples.
I have barrels.
Oh.
Make sure the cart is behind the horse.
Yeah, we don't want to put the
Work
cart
it.
before the horse. There we go. There's the horse. Okay,
Let's
so
wait a
now
minute.
we'll make Dunsby this guy, which I think that's who it is anyway. And he is
Hey,
right here. And we need to get Ukokna out there. There you go. And you hear a large, growling, angry, big, beastly thing coming out of the forest right to your, well, behind you, kind of ish. And it's heading straight for you. And before you can do anything, Dunsby quickly
It's Randy
makes
Quaid.
makes a loud command. And this beautiful brown, I know it's gray because it's Naku, wolf comes charging out and stands by his master. Her master, it's a girl. The odd thing about this creature coming from the wood, oh, by the way, Tranquil, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Is that it appears like it's limping, like something's wrong with one of its legs, and he's frothing at the mouth. His large yellow eyes are unfocused, and he seems like he's deranged, and he's got this morning star. It's the mace with the thing on the head. Let me get him out
Ugh, yucky.
where'd I put him? Oh, here he is. He's coming charging out from right there toward you, and he gets right about there when you hear Dunsby calling Ember Girl. That's the name of his pet wolf, Ember Girl. So why don't we roll initiative for this one, Anchoku?
All right, here. Looks like 14.
Okay. All right. And Jamie?
Shackleford got a nat 20.
Okay, so Shackleford called to Ember Girl, and what's he gonna do?
I'm gonna send Ember Girl over this beast
Okay.
and tell it to attack while I run over to it with 2 short swords.
Okay, and how far can Ember Girl go?
40.
40. All right, one more. All right, and you're coming after it. How?
I can only run 25, but I'm going to use the rest of my movement to get right next to her.
You can't quite get next to it.
Well,
you can get-
but I'm going to use my action
Yeah,
as movement to
Yeah,
get
I just
right
did.
next to her.
I
okay.
did. You missed it by that much.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, and now it is its turn, and because it saw the wolf charge at it, it will attack the wolf with the Morningstar. It just kind of swings wildly at it. Because of its condition, it is at disadvantage. You notice that it's erratic. Oh, well, the same exact thing. Does a 14 hit Ember Girl? It's on the last page.
Yep.
If you look at extras on D&D Beyond,
Oh, okay.
there's actions and then bonus all the way
hits.
across. It hits. Okay. 10 points of damage to Ember Girl.
Oh, nasty.
Yes, 10
She
points.
goes down to a knee, but barely stands back up.
All right, bludgeoning damage. Okay. Or piercing, sorry. Piercing. All right.
Either one does damage.
Ukokna, you see this beast coming, running out of the wooded area, and you see that Dunsby has leapt into action to defend his distillery and you, his new friend. What do you do?
How far away are they?
From you, they are 30 feet-ish. If it's for spellcasting, let me know, because that would be as the crow flies.
Well, I don't know if they're fireproof. Do they look fireproof?
Good question.
Why don't you roll?
That is a fantastic
an
question.
Investigation. No. What would you roll for that? If it appears fireproof? Chad,
maybe-
what would you have me roll? Have them roll?
I'm thinking insight, but hold on.
Or survival check or nature check.
Survival or nature would be a good
Okay.
one.
He has a 5 intelligence. Wouldn't you just set it on fire anyway?
I mean,
Well, roll
he's
for
probably wise enough to know that wood burns. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but no, he would be throwing it at the. I think he meant does the creature. Is the creature fireproof?
Well, there might be some collateral damage.
That's fine. You do you.
There might be some. I can't wait. Carry on, watch.
All right, so they're a little ways away. I'm going to throw my boomerang.
Awesome. Okay, roll for an attack.
Let's see here. Okay, so I got a 4.
And what is the plus to your attack on your boomerang?
2.
2, so 6.
6.
That misses, and he sees the boomerang coming toward him, and he raises his arm up in this kind of a gesture, and it misses him, but you realize that he probably used to have a shield, but it's not on him right now. Okay, Dunsby, what are you doing?
Dunsby Shackleford, I'm going to attack twice with my main hand.
Go for it.
Oh, 18.
That hits.
8 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
And a 23.
That hits.
6 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
And then I'm going to do an offhand attack with my other short sword.
Okay.
Oh, but that's a 15.
15 does hit.
And that's 3 points of piercing damage.
Very good. Okay. It is still on its one last good leg, but it's
The wolf.
It's still. Yeah.
Ember Girl
Okay.
is going to attack also
All right.
with advantage.
Yes. Pack tactics.
12.
That misses. Even without his shield, that misses. Look, I even have the dice out ready to roll for prone, but I did not have to. Okay, it is its turn, and it's going to swing again at the wolf, since that's what bit it the first time, or attacked it the first time, I should say. It rolls a 12. Does a 12 hit Ember Girl?
Miss.
Yeah. Okay. Swings wildly. Probably still kind of favoring that one leg, and so kind of lost some balance there with all the hits against it. And it only has the one attack. So, Anchoku, what do you do?
I'll throw my jab. Oh, I want to run up there. Can I?
Sure.
Can I get up there next to it?
What's your movement speed?
30.
You can get within 10 feet of it.
10 feet, that's good. I want
Okay.
to do that.
10 feet, that's good, said no player ever.
Right? Except for those with reach
Yeah, or a... What are those?
or a spell.
Yeah.
Or
So what I'm going to do now,
Okay.
I'm going to cast Burning Hands.
Awesome. Do it.
Do it.
So I roll a d10, is that it? Or
Read the spell to me. It's funny, I just played a monk with burning hands and I don't even remember how it's played.
all right. As you hold
15.
your hands with your thumbs touching your fingers spread, a thin sheet of flame shoots forth from your outstretched fingertips.
Yes. But what is the...
Each creature in a 15-foot cone must make a dexterity save. Throw.
Oh!
A creature takes 3d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
Okay, the creature failed his save.
Does Ember Girl need to make a save?
Everyone in that 15-foot cone.
Yeah, you don't think he could have angled that, do you?
I don't think he thinks about that.
Ember Girl made a 16.
Okay.
Ooh. And Dunsby made a 23.
Okay, they both save, but
They
the
both
creature does not. So roll for your damage.
3 dice 6.
3d6?
Or just
Got it,
roll the
8.
same one. 8?
Yep, 8 total.
8 total. Awesome. And add your... is there a damage to it?
Nope.
That's it? 3d6?
No modifier.
All right. It...
Ember Girl dies.
With 4 points, right? 4 points of fire damage?
And the other
Four,
guy
yeah.
No, it's
four.
radiant. It's radiant, isn't it?
Nope, not Burning Hands is
Burning
fire.
Hand
Is it fire? Okay. So she takes 4 points of damage, but falls over.
Falls over dead.
Her fur a little singed.
Yeah.
Unconscious.
Smells like burnt dog hair.
Yeah, unconscious. She's just unconscious. And Dunsby takes
It's like
4
Pokemon.
points of fire damage. Okay.
And barely looks affected.
Looks affected.
Barely, yeah.
That's a great way of phrasing it. He
Um,
looks affected.
He's almost annoyed. He's slightly,
He's like, are there
slightly
mosquitoes out here?
Yeah. Except his best girl just fell at his feet, so he's not too
Yeah.
happy about that.
No.
And okay, so it keels over, dead, in a pile.
DED.
DED in a pile at your feet, with its morning star tumbling out of his hands and onto the path.
All right, so do I have any dry rub on me for barbecue sauce, or?
You've got your jerk seasoning, of
It's a
course.
cannibal.
You've got your jerk seasoning, of course, and you'll just have to create a bonfire or something so that you can, roast him if you'd like. If you've never tried bugbear.
And
Oh, I thought he was going for dog. I'm sorry. Okay.
yeah,
He's like, I know dog.
Dunsby's like, hey, hold on there, buddy. I'm gonna heal my wolf.
Okay, all right.
That was bad.
Ember Girl.
Don't eat the wolf. Don't eat the wolf.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Ukokna, were you going for the wolf or were you going for the bugbear?
I don't think I cared either way. If they're both dead,
He's like, well, I got an options. All right, where's my rub?
I'll throw them both in a sack. Save them for later.
Dunsby's like, no, it's my wolf. My wolf.
And Dunsby casts Cure Wounds and... Hey, don't stop believing. Guess who forgot to turn her phone off?
It's my wolf.
And
I'm a dwarf. It's my wolf.
What? Is that a beard?
Yeah.
So Dunsby Cure Wounds.
Yeah, I got 12 points back on it.
Okay, and Ember Girl comes back and she's fine. She's a little singed, but she's fine. The
I think
bugbear-
that's a good name for a dog too, Ember.
Ember Girl. There you go.
Oh, I thought you meant singed.
Singed is a good name. And so yeah, you want to build a campfire and start cooking the bugbear.
He already made a bonfire
There you go.
Yeah.
with the bugbear.
Well, burning hands actually sets fire to all non-flammable. All non-worn objects
Well,
that are
his-
flammable.
his-
That are flammable.
His fur catches on fire a little bit, and he starts roasting there on the pathway. And you get out your jerk seasoning and sit there with a fork waiting.
That's right.
Great, the Warlock's thinking with
Dunsby's
his
a
stomach.
little. He's a little taken aback that you
Yeah.
thought about eating his pet, but he realized you're a little eccentric, and he actually was planning to go to Ravenscroft soon. He needed supplies, and he's got a new batch of his famous ember rum that he sells. And so he wants to take that to Ravenscroft to make a little coin. So he suggests that you and he travel together to Ravenscroft through the Lunar Mist Forest. Through Piney Grove, of course, because that was your last one stop before heading to Ravenscroft. And you think that's a pretty good idea because you don't know if you can handle something that came out of the woods that big by yourself. So you both decide that you are going to get up at the first light of dawn the following day. However, that night, you stay up late drinking some ember rum, and it was well past midday before you both set off north along Endymion's Passage. And
But
that's
how
where-
good were the ribs that we ate that night?
And you're both extra fluffy from the ribs. From bugbear
Extra
ribs.
fluffy.
From the bugbear ribs. So we're going to
And
end
the
that there.
tenderloin.
We have let's see, we have Beaufort in the barn
Beaufort in the barn.
with
Blue
with
Beaufort in the
several,
barn.
yeah, with several
The bee book.
crawling claws still to go.
Wow,
We've
that
got-
was very good alliteration.
Got Uragim in the cave with his two buddies fighting off giant centipedes.
There's bugs everywhere.
There's legs everywhere.
We've got
So many
Daros.
legs.
We've got Daros out on the plains trying to take care
I'm
of
fighting a pig.
this giant boar.
So
And,
many legs.
and
Yeah.
we've got a very hungover Ukokna heading out with a mildly bitter Dunsby the next day.
He tried to eat my wolf.
Because he tried to eat you. He's a little more on the lookout now for just in case Ukokna tries to do anything shady. But they've got supplies loaded on the cart and they're heading north into the Lunar Mist Forest. So next week, for the premiere of D&D with the Banana Brothers, the channel will be open to everyone, and we will
Yay!
we will finish off with getting them to Ravenscroft and meeting their father, Earl Diagasso. I can't say that correctly.
Diagasso.
Earl Diagasso. Now, there were some Easter eggs hidden in all these stories. I know I did a lot of talking. I'm sorry. I'll let them roleplay next time.
You cut out a little bit. Say that last part again.
I know I talked a lot that time, but next week I will let them roleplay more and make decisions. But I know there was some backstory there that we wanted to get out, and there were some Easter eggs.
It makes sense.
Yeah, you drove tonight.
I drove the narrative, but yeah, normally I'm gonna let them just play it out. In my world, it's a sandbox world. Everyone can go wherever they want, but we wanted to establish the
It's
background.
it's like the beginning of Skyrim. You know, when you're in the cart and you're looking
Right.
around,
There
but
you
you
go.
can't move anywhere, and the story's telling you where to go. It's like that. But
It's like that.
soon enough, we'll get to do what we want.
There you go.
But I love it. I love the establishment.
Yeah, no, it's a nice lead up.
It helps. I think it
And-
helps all of you get to know each other better a little bit, even if you're not fighting together. You are understanding kind of how each
Right.
other works.
Yeah, definitely.
And if
Yeah,
there was
Ukokna like to burn everything.
I never stand in front of Ukokna.
Ukokna.
That's what I'm learning.
And I'm learning.
Never
the difference
stand in front of
between-
them.
I'm learning the difference between intelligence and street cred because I had street cred that I'm smart on the streets.
there you go. I love it.
I think that's like wisdom, isn't it? Like it's wisdom over intelligence,
I think
basically.
so.
Probably because I'm very wise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, something like that.
Next week will be.
Next week is
interesting.
going to be interesting. Save up your bits because it's Hattober.
It is Hattober, and I will
Save
dig
up your
out
bits.
all my
It's
hats
Hattober.
from the back.
And I'll let
row.
you keep that hat down there for
I did
Hattober.
like that hat. It was big. And-
It's big, but it's nice. It's
I
a
like
good
it,
hat.
Yeah.
Sis, you look great in that hat.
I did look kind of cool in that hat, didn't
You're
I?
kind of hot. I mean, if you were my sister, you'd be hot.
That's so
you're my
gross on
sister.
so many levels.
But you're my sister.
He did preface it with, if you
There.
weren't my sister.
Yeah, no,
That's a good
Well,
one.
forehead.
it's a good look for you. I gotta
It's
say,
a,
that's
it's a
great
stylish
look.
hat, right?
It is. I could wear this.
Dadgummit, it
About
probably fits
town.
better on you than it does me. I have a big head.
So yeah, I'll dig those out, and for 1,000 bits or a $10 donation to either coffee or PayPal or whatever.
I'm San Diego.
Then yeah, Captain San Diego. All right, so just to finish off, I know it's 11. We all want to go to bed. I do. Tomorrow, no shows tomorrow. Thursday, I will try to do work on the Rogues Gallows during Qyjari's Curious Crafts from 7 to 8. No 3 Sheets one shot on Friday. We had a blast last Friday, but I am heading to see them, actually. I'm going to see all of them. Well, not Drake. I see him all the time. But the other 3, I will see them in the sunny state of Florida in person for Phil Bolg's, that guy's twin brother. His wedding is Sunday, so we're heading down and staying for 5 days. Actually, we're actually staying through Monday, so that'll be fun. So
are y'all playing from down there then for this?
no, this is
Okay.
a fast turnaround. We leave Friday, we get back on Tuesday.
But yeah,
Got
the
it.
wedding's
Wow,
Sunday,
okay.
so we're kind of screwed.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
rehearsal
okay.
dinners.
Way to go, Phil Bolg.
Way to go, Phil Bolg. So yeah, but
That's
then,
funny, and y'all have no idea.
I know. So Tuesday the 15th, the premiere of D&D with the Banana Brothers. We will see you there at 9:00.
Be there or be
and
square.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Be there, be whatever shape you
Thank
want,
you,
because
screen.
you're human, and
Because we don't know geometry.
And don't forget every moon cycle, change your underwear.
right,
Right.
like all humans,
Like
normal
all
humans,
There you go.
normal
I can do
humans.
that.
That's pretty gross.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.